Market soft now, 16 points down on the Nifty at 6084. The Sensex is down 28 points, so it's not a good morning of trade at all. It started off okay, but it's lost quarter percent. So reacting a little bit to what we saw yesterday in terms of that very smart rally. Mid-caps are still holding out. The mid-cap index is in the green. The advance decline ratio is still positive, but has come off the high of the day. So 690 advances to 490 declines. Wipro continues to remain 3.5% down. Ambuja is down 2%. Axis Bank has reacted a little bit today, and Sesagoa lost 4% post results and is down another 1.5% today. So not a great performance for many of the large caps. Should mention DLF and ITC there too. Those two stocks are a bit on the softer side as well. 6080 then on the Nifty, off the day's high of 6120. More result talk coming up. First up, Sterlite Technologies, which is out with results. We've got Anand Agarwal of the company is with us. Anand, morning. Your power transmission business looked quite flat for this current quarter. Can you take us through what's going on there?
Sure, good morning. On the power transmission business, essentially, we had great years of growth over the last 3-4 years. And for the current year, there is some delay in orders being released by Power Grid Corporation, which is our biggest customer. And that's what's kind of delaying the projects. And that's what we see the impact in the first half. We believe that may continue in the Q3 and it will improve from Q4 of the current year.
Okay. So given that, what kind of annual growth do you expect to see in the power transmission business if the growth is only going to be seen in the last quarter, 1 quarter of the year?
Yeah, power transmission business will see some volume growth during the current year. But what we are going to see is our increased capacities are coming on board, and we see good amount of orders being released in October and November of the current year. So FY12 is going to be pretty good for the power business.
Telecom products and solutions are growing faster. You've clocked about 180 crores of revenues in the current quarter, and that's the higher margin segment for you as well. You're seeing better demand traction there?
Absolutely. So this business has been growing annually between 20 to 25%. We see a similar kind of volume growth, and that is kind of a reflection of the market growth that is happening. We've seen good market growth globally over the last 5 years, where the volume almost increased from 60 million to 180 million kilometers. This year, globally, it has been sort of flat, but we continue to grow and increase our market share. Here also, our expanded capacities from 6 to 12 million comes on board by end of this fiscal, and 12 to 20 comes on board by end of next fiscal. So we see the volume effect actually kicking in FY12.
Okay. So FY12 over FY11, what kind of, are you seeing any kind of discontinuous growth or steady kind of growth next year over this current fiscal?
11 over 10 would be a bit discontinuous, but 12 onwards would be steady state, because our capacities, all the new capacities come on board, and with the traction that we've had in various geographies, we believe all the efforts that we have made in China, in Africa, in Middle East, and now in Europe and US will start giving us results in the forthcoming years.
There are street estimates that you will top 3,500 crores of revenues next year, fiscal year 12, and maybe even touch 400 crores in profits. Are those likely targets?
3.5, maybe, yeah. In terms of profits, I would just wait on for a quarter wherein I see my actual order flow coming in, and maybe I'll be able to give in a better estimate at the end of this quarter.
But 3,500 crores of top line seems doable.
Seems doable, yes.
Okay. Thanks, Anand, for joining in today. That's Sterlite Technologies. Numbers a bit flattish because up 9% revenues, but that's because the power transmission business has got a bit sluggish because of delays from Power Grid, as you heard from the management. The stock is down 3.5% today at 89.5. But individual stocks are quite active. Let's take a break, come back and talk about hedge fund flows, and also touch base with an expert on the TCS and Wipro numbers, because those are the two stocks which have moved in opposite directions. Do remember that in 20 minutes time or less, we've got the Wipro top management waiting to join us to talk about it.